Budgeting is not merely a financial planning technique, but also a behavioral management system that influences employee attitudes, motivation, communication, and organizational performance. The success of a budgeting system depends not only on the technical accuracy of financial forecasts, but also on how managers and employees respond to budget targets and performance evaluations. Behavioral aspects of budgeting recognize that individuals are motivated by incentives, participation, recognition, and fairness, and that these psychological factors significantly affect organizational effectiveness. Consequently, management accountants must design budgeting systems that encourage cooperation, commitment, accountability, and continuous performance improvement while minimizing dysfunctional behavior. Importance of motivation in performance management. Motivation refers to the internal and external forces that influence an individual's willingness to exert effort toward achieving organizational objectives. In performance management, motivated employees are more likely to work efficiently, improve productivity, innovate, and contribute positively to organizational success. Budgeting plays a central role in motivation because budgets establish performance expectations and provide measurable targets against which managerial performance is assessed. Well-designed budgets encourage responsibility, goal orientation, and effective resource utilization by giving managers clear objectives and opportunities to demonstrate achievement. Motivation is particularly important in decentralized organizations where departmental managers possess significant operational autonomy. When managers understand organizational objectives and perceive budgets as achievable and fair, they are more likely to cooperate with organizational planning and actively pursue performance improvement. Conversely, unrealistic or poorly designed budgets may reduce morale, encourage resistance, and undermine organizational effectiveness. Factors influencing motivation in budgetary planning and control. Several factors within a budgeting system significantly influence employee motivation and managerial behavior. The degree of participation in budget preparation strongly affects acceptance and commitment. Managers who contribute to budget development often feel greater ownership and responsibility for achieving agreed targets than managers simply instructed to meet externally imposed budgets. The difficulty of budget targets is equally important. Targets should be sufficiently challenging to encourage improvement while remaining realistically achievable. Excessively demanding budgets may discourage effort and increase stress, whereas overly easy budgets may reduce motivation and encourage complacency. The fairness of performance evaluation also influences motivation. Managers are more committed when evaluated only on factors within their control and when performance measurement accurately reflects operational realities. Budgetary control systems should therefore distinguish between controllable and uncontrollable factors. Effective communication and feedback further enhance motivation by ensuring that employees understand budget objectives, receive timely performance information, and recognize areas requiring improvement. Regular communication promotes transparency and organizational alignment. Finally, recognition and reward systems linked to budget achievement encourage employees to pursue organizational objectives while reinforcing positive performance behaviors. Impact of targets upon motivation. Performance targets represent one of the strongest behavioral influences within budgeting systems. Properly designed targets provide direction, encourage effort, facilitate performance measurement, and improve organizational coordination. Research in management theory suggests that specific and challenging targets generally produce higher performance than vague or excessively easy objectives because they focus managerial attention and stimulate greater effort. However, target difficulty must remain realistic and attainable. If targets are perceived as impossible, managers may become demotivated, reduce effort, manipulate accounting information, or engage in dysfunctional behavior to protect performance evaluations. Excessive pressure to achieve unrealistic budgets may encourage short-term decision-making at the expense of long-term organizational objectives. Conversely, targets that are too easily achieved fail to stimulate improvement and may encourage budgetary slack, whereby managers deliberately underestimate revenues or overstate costs to simplify future performance evaluation. Effective budgeting, therefore, requires balanced target setting that motivates continuous improvement without creating excessive pressure or opportunities for manipulation. Managerial incentive schemes. Many organizations employ managerial incentive schemes to align employee objectives with organizational goals. Incentive schemes reward managers, financially or non-financially, for achieving predetermined performance targets, thereby encouraging effort and accountability. Financial incentives include performance bonuses, profit-sharing arrangements, commission systems, stock options, and performance-related salary increases linked to budget achievement or profitability targets. These incentives encourage managers to improve efficiency, control costs, and maximize organizational performance. Non-financial incentives include promotion opportunities, professional development, recognition programs, additional responsibility, flexible working arrangements, and enhanced job satisfaction. Such incentives often strengthen intrinsic motivation and long-term organizational commitment. However, poorly designed incentive schemes may encourage dysfunctional behavior, such as earnings manipulation, excessive cost-cutting, short-term decision-making, or neglect of non-financial objectives, such as quality, innovation, and customer satisfaction. Effective incentive systems should therefore balance financial performance with broader organizational objectives and ethical standards. Participative budgeting. Participative budgeting involves managers and employees actively contributing to budget preparation rather than simply implementing budgets imposed by senior management. The principal advantages of participative budgeting include improved motivation, stronger commitment to organizational objectives, enhanced communication, greater acceptance of targets, and utilization of local managerial knowledge. Lower-level managers often possess detailed operational information that improves forecasting accuracy and budget realism. Participation also strengthens organizational cooperation and increases accountability for subsequent performance. Despite these benefits, participative budgeting also possesses disadvantages. Managers may deliberately introduce budgetary slack by underestimating revenues or overstating expenditure to simplify target achievement. Participation may increase budget preparation time, create conflict between departments competing for resources, and produce inconsistent objectives if organizational coordination is inadequate. Consequently, effective participative budgeting requires strong leadership, appropriate review procedures, and transparent performance evaluation to minimize dysfunctional behavior while preserving motivational benefits. Top-down and bottom-up budgeting. Budget preparation may follow either a top-down or bottom-up approach. Under top-down budgeting, senior management establishes budget targets and allocates resources to lower organizational levels with limited subordinate participation. This approach ensures strategic consistency, rapid budget preparation, and strong central control. However, lower-level managers may feel excluded from decision-making, reducing motivation, commitment, and budget acceptance, while potentially ignoring valuable operational knowledge. In contrast, bottom-up budgeting begins with departmental managers preparing individual budgets based on operational requirements and local knowledge. These budgets are subsequently consolidated and reviewed by senior management. Bottom-up budgeting generally improves motivation, communication, forecasting accuracy, and managerial commitment through active participation. However, it may require longer preparation time, increase administrative costs, and encourage budgetary slack unless appropriate review mechanisms exist. Many organizations, therefore, adopt a hybrid budgeting approach, combining strategic guidance from senior management with operational input from lower-level managers. This balanced approach integrates strategic direction with employee participation, improving both budget quality and organizational motivation. Overall, behavioral aspects of budgeting demonstrate that effective budgeting extends beyond financial planning to encompass leadership, communication, motivation, participation, and organizational culture. By recognizing the human dimension of budgeting, organizations can design budgeting systems that enhance commitment, improve performance, encourage ethical behavior, and support long-term strategic success.